Hey guys, this is John. And I'm playing KyleOchoa in the 3-minute pool on ICC. He opens with e4. Let's play a Sicilian. And I'll probably go Kan if he opts for an open Sicilian. I played a ton of Kan recently when I was away. So I'm feeling pretty good about this opening at the moment. Let's pre-move this. A6. And I'll play bishop c. Actually, yeah, I'll play bishop c5. This is the line that I was playing virtually all of last week. So d6. He's allowing us to play knight f6 uninhibited, so we'll take him up on that. Oh, okay. I had a game in this line not long ago. Knight bd7, and my opponent played g4, if I recall correctly. This guy just castles instead. So b5, if g4, then I can always play knight c5. Let's play b5. So if e5, I have bishop b7. That's important. Often, the litmus test for whether e5 is good is if this queen is on c7 or not. If it's still on d8, e5 is strong because bishop b7 is not possible due to queen takes b7. But here, I can always meet it with bishop b7, hitting the queen with tempo. He doesn't have time to cause devastation in my position. a3, kind of a modest response. I'll just develop. Queen g3, hitting this pawn on g7. Do I castle or do I do something more ambitious? Castling is fine. If castles is e5 a big deal? I don't think so. Yeah, let's just castle. I was just seeing, sometimes you can play h5 and try to go h4. I was seeing if I could gambit that g7 pawn. Okay, now he makes an adjustment, queen h3, clearly trying to play e5 and open up the light square bishop to attack this pawn. g6 would be a pretty typical reaction. I'm not sure e5 is actually really a threat at the moment, because after two captures, rook takes f6 would not work. Rook takes f6 trying to remove the defender because I have this backup knight. All the same, I don't know. He's also making way for g4. Okay, how to handle this? I could just sit tight. Maybe rook c8. And if e5, take, queen takes. Yeah, there's nothing he can do to kill us there. Okay, let's just play rook e8. We'll play a useful move. This move appears to be mysterious in a lot of Sicilians, but I think it's good. I mean, it frees up the f8 square for a knight or bishop. If he plays a rook move over, like rook ae1, I think would be pretty typical. I think then I'll play g6. Looks like a good moment to do it. King h1. Okay, interesting. Let's play knight c5. Just attack this bishop. Getting a little low on time. Okay, so he actually plays that one. Knight d5. Yeah, knight d5 seems okay. Let's pre-move this capture. If knight e4, I'm happy to take his dark square bishop, I think. I could have maybe played knight h5, but knight d5 seems more to the point. I think his knight is the only piece that could hurt me in the present situation. If it, like, lands on f6 or g5. Wow, f5. He's going for it. Okay, first of all, let's take. And then let's take... Let's take here. Wow, rook takes f7. That move I did not see. Can I run away? I'm going to try to run away. So he takes h7, I run to e6. This is going to get nuts, though. Take h7, I run to e6. He gives a check on h3, maybe? Because if g6, I go to d7, I think I'm slipping away.
Check.
Maybe.
Check.
d5 is absolutely nuts. I can't go there. Okay, let's come here.
Check.
Bishop there. I have to go king back. Yep, he just takes. Now he's threatening rook
Time
d1.
warning.
Okay, we got to block that file. He has bishop e6 or queen e6, something like that.
Check. Check.
Yeah, and he's going to take. Just playing for some ticky-tack. Actually, there's no back rank. He can even just take, and queen d1, bishop g1, defends. Yeah, I didn't see rook takes f7. That was a nice move. Yeah, I'm just going to resign now. There's nothing. Well, that was a pretty brutal conclusion to that game. I mean, after rook takes f7, what can I do? He's just threatening queen takes h7. I assumed like h5 would just get torched by like bishop takes g6 or something. Let's go back and have a look, though. So, Kan Sicilian, bishop c5. Also, simply, like, knight f6 is playable. Just developing, but I kind of like this variation with bishop c5 and bishop back to e7, because you inconvenience white's knight. I mean, you force it to withdraw from the center. Now, a lot of people will throw in queen g4 early on in this line, and they'll try to force you to play g6 to defend the pawn, and then retreat. And I've discussed this previously in videos, but the idea is that if black develops now, then bishop h6 can be pesky, trying to stop black from castling. So instead, though, he just develops in somewhat straightforward fashion, I'd say. And I'm pretty sure I had a game not long ago against this I.M. Hamatovici. Wait, is that his name? His last name starts with an H. And he played g4, intending g5. But my opponent played, after queen f3, knight bd7, just castles. And then b5, a3, stopping b4, and bishop b7, queen here. Okay, I'm going to put the engine on this position. I'm just curious what it will think. Yeah, I castled. That's normal. And I was wondering if I could play h5 and maybe give up this pawn. Yeah, I guess in this case I have, what, knight g4 coming up? Forking the queen and the bishop. Or yeah, bishop f8 also traps the queen. So that resource was there, but he doesn't have to take on g7. Apparently f5 is good. But yeah, h5 is a legitimate option. So maybe I need not fear queen takes g7 as much as I did in the game. So going back to the game, castles, he plays queen h3. Yeah, and I could have considered e5, just trying to block the e5 idea from white entirely. Not sure why that move didn't enter my thought process, because I've done this before when e5 becomes a concern. Instead, I played rook e8. But after his next move, rook a e1, it seems like the threat is renewed. And note that if he plays it right away, I take, he takes with the f-pawn, and I take with the queen. I guess I could take with the knight too. But the main point of him playing e5 and sacrificing a pawn in this fashion would be to play rook takes f6, trying to remove the defender of h7. But I guess here I can just coolly take his bishop on d3, and yeah, there's nothing raining down on h7, so black comes out ahead. But I'm still not sure. I don't think rook e8 is like as savvy as maybe I thought in the game. I think just e5 blocking his e-pawn was better. Because when you play e5, you do weaken the d5 square, but considering that I have both my knight and my bishop defending that square, it doesn't look like a big deal. So instead, rook e8, rook a e1, and I went g6. I guess again I can play e5 if I want. Probably should. But g6, he went king here. Knight c5. This was probably a mistake. I thought about h5 for a second, trying to prop up knight g4. I just wasn't sure about f5. I thought my pawn structure might get a little bit tender here. And actually, that seems to be the case. So instead, knight c5, take, e5. Maybe f5 was more challenging? Because after e5, knight e5, I wasn't unhappy about my position. And he played f5. Okay, the computer's probably going to tell me in a second why black is doing well after this, but I wasn't able to figure it out in the game. So I took, and I mean, he just like instantly played that move, like 2 seconds thought. That was impressive. Yeah, I mean, if he saw this tactic coming, my hat's off to him. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so the main idea is if pawn takes, I think he can take either way on f5, honestly, but queen takes f5 as the computer gives, threatening queen takes h7 and a quick mate. And I just don't have resources to defend my king side. There's no way I can defend the h-pawn. Busted. Bishop h4, I guess trying to free up a flight square for the king. Queen
Check.
takes h7, king f8, check, king e7,
Check.
take. Yeah, now white's not even down into material, and my king is still just heading for the hills. So what to do at this point after rook takes f5? Bishop f8. Not a move I'm going to think about, usually with 1 minute left on my clock. But I see the point of it. It helps the queen to defend f7, defending laterally. Wow. And black is just better after this move, according to the engine. I mean, his position seems pretty loose, too. Instead, I took on c3, and after this, I might be busted. The threat is queen takes h7 mate. I guess I could throw in a move like that, but he just takes the king. Point of bishop takes g2 would be to try to deflect his queen, so like maybe I can lessen the impact of his rook takes f7 move. Even here it looks bad, actually, but... So I took with the king.
Check.
He went queen takes h7 check, king e6. Yeah, I was
Check.
looking at queen h3 mainly. I thought this is what he would do. Because now if I go back, then rook f1
Check.
is going to destroy me. And if I go to the center, I just assumed my king was going to die a horrible death. Yeah, like queen
Check.
f3 or something. King e6, queen g4.
Check.
I'm just following the engine line right now. Bishop takes g6. Yeah, and I'm up 5 points of material, but my king is on d5 amidst his entire army and his 2 bishops, and yeah, lots of destruction is on the horizon. So
Check.
instead, though, he took on g6, king d7, bishop here, king d8. And then he took... I saw this line, I just couldn't figure out what to do. Oh, queen c6. Okay, that would have been a convenient resource, preparing king c7 as an escape route. Okay, yeah. Then if rook d1, king c7, rook d7 check. I guess I would have to take it. Could I play this too? No, rook takes b7. Oh, that's nifty. My queen is pinned, so I'd have to take with a king, and then bishop e4. Ouch. But queen c... Whoops. Queen c6, rook d1 check, king c7, rook d7, queen takes d7 on the other hand. Probably defends. Mainly because after bishop takes, I do not have to take the bishop. I can play rook g8, counterattacking. And then my bishop and my rook will combine to attack g2 in the event that his queen moves. And he has no convenient checks with his queen. Lots of twists and turns in that tactical sequence, though, starting with rook takes f7, really starting with f5 from white on move 19. Yeah, and after this, rook d1, and yeah, I didn't suspect I'd be able to hold after this, but I had very little time left on the clock.
Check. Check.
Yeah, now he's winning. Wins my rook, and yeah, there's no back rank checkmate, like I said, because he has bishop g1 to defend. Okay, so fun game. A lot of tactics packed into this 3-minute game. I think one thing I'm going to take away from this is that if e5 is imminent and he has a queen on h3, bishop on d3, it might just be worth it to play e5 ourselves and not worry too much about weakening the d5 square because I have that sufficiently protected. So if I could go back in time, I would, instead of playing rook fe8 on move 14, I would play e5. And yeah, nice tactic by him. Rook takes f7. Good tactical awareness. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.